Hello and welcome to today's yoga class. Today I thought I'd guide you through a really nice energetic core flow. So this flow's great at the beginning of your day, in the afternoon when you need a little pick-me-up. It's open to all levels, so please don't be afraid, and I'm excited to see you on the mat. So if you make your way all the way down, we'll start in a child's pose. So to begin, just release your pelvis to your heels, take a nice deep exhalation, and release the crown of the head down towards the ground. You just want to take a few moments just to center through the breath. With every exhale, just let the belly melt onto the thighs, let the pelvis just sink towards the heels. And just take a moment to become aware of the body and the space, just internalizing your focus. And then if you want a deeper stretch through the shoulders, you can rise onto the fingertips and feel a nice stretch in the shoulder blades. You can even tiptoe the fingers a little bit closer to the top of the mat. And again, just lengthening through the spine, releasing pelvis to the heels. We're just here for one more breath. And then on your next inhalation, slowly walk the fingers over towards the right side. Feel a stretch through the whole left side of the body, so the left pelvis just releases down towards that left heel, and you try and float the crown of the head onto the ground. And just breathe into the left side of the body for 3, and 2, and 1. Nice inhale, slowly walk the hands over to the left side, and then place the right hand down and then sink the right heel towards the right pelvis. Let the head just melt down, release the tension through the neck, and just feel a stretch through the whole right side of the body. So feel that pull from the left fingertip all the way down to the right toes for 3, and 2, and 1. Good. Inhale, slowly walk back to the center, and then shift your weight forwards. Find a tabletop position and just place both hands underneath the shoulder blades, just checking that your knees are hip distance apart. When you're ready, inhale, find a nice opening through the chest, gaze comes forwards, and then exhale, press and round through the palms, tuck through the tailbone, and think of the belly drawing to the back of the spine. And then inhale, let the belly relax, let the heart space come through the shoulders, find a nice arch. And exhale, press and round, release the neck. Good, just find a few cat-cows following your own breath. With every breath, you want to get a little bit deeper into the stretch. So exhale, think someone pulling the middle of the spine up towards the ceiling. And then as you come through, think the shoulders releasing down and away from the ears. Nice, 2 more times. Exhale, big press through the palms, release the neck. And then inhale. Open through the shoulders. And last time, exhale, press and round. And then inhale. Open through the shoulders. Nice. And then we find the same motion, but you tuck the toes. As you exhale, you press and round through the shoulders, scoop the belly, and then at the last moment, your knees just float off the ground. And then as you inhale, they gently come back to the ground. Release the pelvis, release the belly, and open, find a nice arch. Exhale, tuck the tailbone around, knees just float off the ground, super active through the core. And then inhale, knees come down, release the pelvis, open through the chest. Nice, 2 more times, just beginning to build a little bit of heat through the body, starting to activate through the center. Inhale, slowly float the knees down, keeping nice and controlled the whole way through. Good, last one, exhale, press and round, knees just hover. And then inhale, knees come down, open through the chest. And on the next one, you exhale, press and round, knees just float off the ground, and then extend the tailbone nice and long. Find your first Adho Mukha Shavasana, downward facing dog. So when you're in this position, you just want to check the feet are hip distance apart, release the neck, gaze towards your belly button, and really press firmly down through the fingertips. And then you can bend one knee, bend the other knee, just releasing a little bit through the back of the hamstrings. Good, we're just lying here for 2. And 1, good. If you're pedaling the feet, just slowly bring them to a pause. We're going to shift through the 2 positions. So as you inhale, this time we come to a hovering tabletop. So the back stays flat. You're stacking shoulders over the wrists. And then exhale, press the pelvis high, float back to a downward dog. Nice, 4 times. Inhale, shifting forwards, hovering tabletop. And exhale, tailbone leads, the head releases down. Good, 2 more times. So again, just building heat through the body. This time starting to connect the breath with the movement, so becoming one with the mind, body, and the breath. Good, last time. Inhale. And then exhale, press back to your down dog. Good, take 2 breaths, just feel the sensations around the body, feel the air just traveling around the body, feel the breath connection. And then when you're ready, inhale, you sweep the right leg high, find a 3-legged dog, nice and gently. And then exhale, bend the right knee, pull it all the way in towards the chest. And then nice and lightly, you step the right foot down. Bring the left knee down to the ground, untuck the toes. You're going to pistol the fingers, so index fingers come together. Inhale, you come into your Anjaneyasana. So release the left hip flexor, and you're pressing up and out of the lower spine. So if you want to take it into a little bit of an extension, you can look slightly back, or you can keep the head straight, but you're just holding here for 3. So every exhale, release a little bit deeper into the front psoas. 2. And 1, good. Inhale, come back to the center if you were slightly arched. As you exhale, you're bending towards the front leg, so towards the right leg. And then once you find your side extension, try and twist the left shoulder blade open, holding for 3. Again, keep thinking of pressing the hips forwards. 2. And 1, good. Inhale, come back to the center. As you exhale, take a bend to the left side, so feel the balance. Feel the openness through the right shoulder blade. See if you can shift your gaze up to the top arm for 3. Keep extending fingers long. 2. And 1, good. Inhale, come back to the center. Nice. As you're ready, you tuck the left toes, so really ground into the left toes. Using the breath, inhale, press up through the palms, find a high crescent lunge, bend into the right leg, and then slowly find a little bit of a deeper lunge. You can cactus through the elbows and take a little arch through the top of the chest. You're holding there for 3, so building heat through the right leg. 2. And 1, good. Inhale, arms sweep high. As you exhale, we're coming into warrior 2. So the left foot comes parallel to the back edge of the mat. Right toes press forwards, and you're gazing over the right fingertips, holding for 4. Every breath, try and press down a little bit deeper. 3. And 2, feel strength in this pose. And last one, inhale, stretch the front leg. As you exhale, take a revolved triangle over the left leg, so the back leg. You want to feel a nice stretch. The right fingertips are reaching away from the body for 3. And 2, good. Keep lifting up and out of the spine. And 1, nice. Inhale, come all the way high. As you exhale, you turn your palms up to the ceiling. You shift your pelvis halfway, and then you're finding just a halfway lower. So the left arm and the right arm are framing out the ears. You're trying to twist through the top of the shoulder blades for 3. Good, so keep holding. 2, lots of core activation. And 1, nice. Inhale, use the core, come all the way back up to the center. Exhale, press the palms down, find your warrior 2, and then you sweep the left arm underneath you, square the hips, come back into your high crescent lunge. And then on the next exhale, you're bending through the right leg, step the left leg forwards, find a chair pose, and then pass through to find your Uttanasana forward fold. Good, so you want to release the head down. If you need to bend through the knees, you can bend through the knees. And then when you're ready, inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, find a fold. And then inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms high, come into your Utkatasana, sink the pelvis low. And then exhale, stretch all the way up, find your Tadasana. Once you arrive here, interlace the fingers, press the palms forwards, inhale, find a nice arch through the spine. You can bend back as much as you want to, as much as feels nice. And then exhale, come to the center. Inhale, you're going to stretch over to the right side, so keep some weight in the left sole of the foot. Feel the palms pressing away from you, and again, rotate up and out of that left shoulder for 3. Your gaze is high to the top arm. 2. And 1, inhale, come center. Exhale, reach up and over to the left side, and then once you find your full extension, twist the shoulder blade open, And look up to the top arm for 3. And 2. And 1, good inhale, come center. As you exhale, circle the arms behind you. As they come down, you bend the knees, squeeze the thighs together. Inhale, arms sweep high. And then exhale, find a fold all the way over the legs. As you inhale, you bend into the left leg. This time, the right foot steps back. You find a low lunge all the way on the left side. Untuck the toes, and then pistol the fingers, index fingers together. Inhale, and exhale, sink a little bit deeper into that left side. Good, so this time stretching through the right hip flexor. If you want to take it into an extension, if you're warm enough through the body, you can take a bend to the back. Otherwise, you can stay gazing forwards for 2. And 1, good inhale, slowly uncurl through the spine. Inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, take a bend over to the front leg, to the left side. Once you feel that reach, you can again try and twist that right shoulder blade open, holding for 3. Find your breath, 2. And 1, inhale, come center. Exhale, reach up and over, bend to the right side, and then spin the left shoulder blade open. Keep sinking into the hips for 3. And 2. And 1, inhale, come center. Keep the fingers interlaced. You're going to tuck the right toes. As you inhale, use the breath to grow tall. Float the back knee off the ground. Find a high crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, release the fingertips. Cactus the elbows. Find a little bit of a deeper arch. Find your high crescent lunge, holding for 3. And 2. And 1, good inhale, lengthen through the arms. As you exhale, open into warrior 2 on the left side. So right foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Left toes point forwards, and you're holding for 4 breaths. Really press down through the palms for 3. Think of your knee and your hip bone rotating outwards. 2. And 1, good inhale, stretch the left leg. As you exhale, take a revolved triangle. Right hand finds the back of the right leg. Extend the left fingertips over and behind you for 3. Keep reaching long. 2. And 1, good inhale, come all the way back to the center. As you exhale, you're shifting your ribcage over the left leg. Both palms turn high, and you're lowering down halfway. So your head and your pelvis are in one line, and your arms are framing out your ears, and you're twisting up towards the top arm for 3. So think about rotating more through the shoulders than the hips. 2, super active through the core. And 1, good inhale, come all the way back to the center. As you exhale, bend through the left knee, open the arms, sweep the right arm underneath you, square the hips, find your high crescent lunge, and then this time as you exhale, you're stepping the right leg to the left leg, meet in a low chair pose. So you're squeezing your thighs together. You can take the arms behind you, airplane wing the arms. Think of someone pulling your fingertips all the way behind the body. And then if you want to test the balance, you can slowly float onto the toes. So lift the heels off the ground. And then you can even sink a little bit deeper. And you're holding there for 3. So again, building heat through the body. Keep the gaze long. 2. And 1. Good. Heels come down if they were lifted. Sweep the arms low. Find your Utkatasana chair pose. Inhale. And then exhale, find an Uttanasana, forward fold all the way over the legs. Inhale, uncurl the spine, find a halfway lift. Fingertips can come to the ground or place the hands on the shins. Exhale, take a bend. You can step, hop, jump, float, find your way to your chaturanga. Knees can stay down if you're still warming up through the body. Exhale. Inhale, find an up dog. And exhale, tuck the toes, press back, find your downward dog. Nice, and then when you arrive here, use your down dog as a moment just to reconnect with the breath, reconnect with the body. You're holding for 4 more breaths, so 5 breaths. Remember, you can take a child's pose at any time. You really want to press through the fingertips. Think of the pelvis reaching high. 3. And 2. And 1, good inhale, sweep the right leg high once again. As you exhale, bend the right knee, step it in between the palms. Bring the left knee down, untuck the toes, interlace the index fingers, pistol the fingers. Inhale, find your low lunge. As you exhale, release the arms, open out to cactus. And then inhale, come high. Exhale, you're going to tuck the left toes, press them into the ground, sweep the arms behind you, still warming up through the hamstrings, so don't go too low. You want to airplane wing those arms. You're holding here for 5 breaths, so a little bit more active than if the hands were down beside you. Really square your hips towards the front leg. You can do this by shifting a little bit of weight into the right heel. Good, 3 more breaths. Keep breathing, 2. And 1. Inhale, you're going to bend through the front leg, find a nice lunge. And then exhale, you sweep back, flex the right toes, and find a nice release to the front. Good, we do it 2 more times. Inhale, so just bring in a little bit of fluid, some movement into the right hamstring. Exhale, float the arms back, find a nice stretch. And last one, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, find a float to the back. And then the next time you inhale, find your lunge. Again, press into the back toes, float the heel off the ground. And then exhale, bend a bit deeper, cactus the elbows, open up into your high crescent lunge. And inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, find your warrior 2, left foot turns parallel, right toes point forwards. And then inhale, straight away, stretch the right knee. Exhale, find your revolved triangle. And then inhale, all in one breath, come back to the center. This time as you exhale, ribcage floats over the front leg. Hand can come onto the shin or it can come to the inside of the front foot. And you want to reach the left arm high. You're holding here for 5. Good, so you want your head and your pelvis in one long line. Coming into our Trikonasana, 4. Opening through the shoulder blades, 3. And 2. And 1. Inhale, come all the way high. As you exhale, bend through the right leg, come into your warrior 2. And then sweep the left arm underneath you. This time you're going to step into your warrior 1, so the left foot comes flat. Inhale, arms reach high, and you're bending into the front leg, trying to square the hips. Think of rooting the outer edge of the left foot down and towards the ground for 3. Shoulders release down, 2. And 1, release the arms, interlace the fingers behind your spine. Inhale, find a nice arch, and then exhale, find a humble warrior. So you want the right shoulder blade to come inside the right knee. Your drishti, your focal point, is to the right big toe. And you're thinking of reaching your chin and your nose towards the ground. 3 more breaths. Good, keep breathing, keep opening through the shoulders. 2. And 1, inhale. Undo your fold, release the arms all the way over your head. And then as you exhale, you're going to bend into the right leg, step the left leg to meet the right, sweep the arms behind you, airplane wing the arms, and then see if you can float the heels off the ground, and then see if you can sink a little bit deeper, holding for 3. Good, so lots of energy into the legs. 2. And 1, inhale, bring the heels down, sweep the arms high. And then as you exhale, lengthen through the arms, stretch the legs, and then bring your hands to your waist. You're just going to step or hop the feet hip distance apart. Good, this time your hands are underneath your lower spine. As you inhale, you're lifting up and over. So if you're doing this first thing in the morning, be a little bit careful. Only reach as far as you feel warm enough. You just want to find that opening through the chest. Try not to collapse into the lower spine. Good, if you want to take it further, holding for 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Good, inhale, slowly come all the way high. Once you stack your head on top of the spine, interlace the fingers, exhale, round through the spine, and then slowly just take a little shift side to side, just release through the back of the spine. Feels quite nice, just releasing. And then inhale, come all the way high. Release your arms, bring them back down to the hips, and then exhale, find a fold all the way forwards. Good, remember you can bend your knees as much as you need to. You're going to interlace the index fingers and wrap them around the big toes. As you inhale, lengthen forwards, find a halfway lift. And then exhale, gently melt the elbows outwards. You want to think belly to the thighs, and then your drishti, your focal point, is to the nose. Good, so you're thinking of pulling the belly towards the thighs. You're holding for 5. Good, so waking up the hamstrings, 4. And 3. 2, every exhale, release a little bit deeper. And 1, good, inhale, find a halfway lift, center, comes forwards. Exhale, find a fold, release the hands, bring them to the waist, and then inhale, find a stretch all the way high. And then when you're ready, hop or step the feet back to the center. Inhale this time, sweep the arms high. As you exhale, find your Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, gaze long. Exhale, bend through the knees, step, hop or float back. Find your Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, find an up dog. And exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. Nice, and then you're holding here for 5. Every exhale, release through the neck, 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Inhale, you're going to lift the heels off the ground, find a rise onto the toes, finding a full spinal wave. So you start by tucking the tailbone, shifting your weight all the way forwards into a high plank, head's the last to unfold. And then as you exhale, you bend the knees, float them just off the ground, tuck the tailbone, find an arch, and press back to your down dog. 2 more times. Inhale, roll. You want to ripple through each vertebra of the spine. Good. And then exhale, bend the knees just to hover, arch through the lower spine, head relaxes down, down dog. Last time, inhale, rise to the toes, unfold through the spine, half, find a high plank. And then exhale, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, press back, down dog. And then we go left side, inhale, left leg sweeps high. Exhale, bend the left knee, step it in between the palms. Bring the right knee down, untuck the toes. You find pistol with the fingers. Inhale. Exhale, find a little bit of a deeper bend through that right hip bone. And then once you find a nice stretch, release the fingertips, open up through the chest. Find your nice high release. And then inhale, come high with the spine. Exhale, you tuck the right toes this time. Flex the left foot and sweep the arms behind you. Airplane wing through the arms. Good, we're here for 5. Think of someone pulling the arms behind the body. 4. Good, belly to the thigh. 3, keep extending long, square the hips. 2. And 1, inhale, bend through the left leg. Find a nice lunge. And then exhale, float to the back. Wave the body to the back. Nice, 2 more times. Inhale, lengthening nice and long. And then exhale. Sweep the arms behind you. And last time, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, sweeping back. Good. The next time you inhale, lengthen high. Press into the back toes, reach the arms high. Exhale, you can cactus the elbows, find a little bit of a deeper arch. And then inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, turn the right foot parallel. Left toes point forwards and you find your warrior 2. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen the left leg. Exhale, find a revolved triangle just for 1 breath. And then inhale, come all the way high. Exhale, shift the ribcage over the front leg, over the left side. Then the left hand comes down, either on the shin bone or take it all the way to the ground. And then reach the right fingertips high. You're holding for 5, coming into your Trikonasana. 4, good. Head and pelvis in one long line. 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Inhale, use the core, come back to the center. As you exhale, bend through the left knee, sweep the right arm down, and then find your warrior 1. So right foot turns 45 degrees, and it plants flat on the ground. And then you're holding for 5 breaths. So keep bending through the left knee. 4. Back knee is super straight. 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Inhale, bring the arms to interlace behind your spine. Inhale, squeeze shoulder blades together. Exhale, long fold, left shoulder to the inside of the left knee, humble warrior. Gazing to your left big toe. Good, you're holding for 5. Nice, keep reaching chin and nose to the ground. 4. Open more through the shoulders. 3. Think of your hands going behind the back of your head. 2. And 1. Good, inhale, come all the way high. As you stack the spine, release the arms, find a lunge, and then exhale, step the right foot to meet the left, sit back in the legs, sweep the arms behind you, slowly rise onto the toes, extend through the back of the fingertips for 3. See if you can sink a little bit deeper. 2. And 1. Heels come down, sweep the arms on the ground, inhale. And then exhale, extend up. Good, bring the hands to the pelvis, hop the feet hip distance apart, and then this time your arms come high. When you're ready, a little bit harder, you don't have the support of the hands. Inhale, reach up and over. Slowly melt the pelvis forwards, grow tall through the top of the spine, and you're holding for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Exhale, come all the way high. Interlace the fingers, and again, take a round through the spine. Good. Release side to side. Take a little shift. Use it as a nice release counter stretch. And then inhale, find a roll all the way up. Release the arms behind you. Hands come back to the waist. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, find a fold. Hinge forwards from the hips. This time you want to step one hand on one wrist crease and then one foot on top of the other wrist crease. Good, so you're standing on both your palms. Inhale, you gaze forwards. Exhale, a little bit deeper fold. Bend the elbows outwards. Find a pull towards the thighs. This time you can let the head release down if it feels nice. Also bend the knees as much as you need to. For 3, remember your practice is for yourself. 2, just nourishing the body through movement and breath connection. Nice, keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, release a little bit deeper. And last one, inhale, carefully unfold through the spine. Untuck one hand, untuck the other hand, bring the hands to the waist, and then inhale, come up all the way high. And then once you arrive, you can hop the feet back to the center. Inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, find a long fold all the way forwards. Find your forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump back. Find your chaturanga. We're flowing through our vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. Nice. This time you inhale, sweep the right leg high. As you exhale, you're bending the right knee and pulling it in towards the right elbow. You're squeezing there for 3. Good, so super active. Try and bring that knee high up into the armpit space. 2. And 1. Good, inhale, lengthen the right leg long. Exhale, you're bending it towards the left elbow, so you cross for 3. Good, keep breathing. 2. And 1. Inhale, lengthen. The next one, you exhale, pull it into your nose. You round through your spine. You're holding for 3. And 2. And 1. Keep the leg there. You're going to step that right foot in between the palms. Inhale, find your high crescent lunge, and then finding a little bit of balance just to really find your stability. If this is first thing in the day, bring the hands to Anjali Mudra, heart center. Slowly take a shift over the front leg, all the weight's in the right foot. Slowly find a focal point and then float the left toes off the ground. Nice, you're holding for 5. Keep a little micro bend through the right knee. 4. Keep the left hip down. 3. And 2. And 1. Good. Keeping the left leg lifted. You're going to bend through the right knee. Bring the left knee all the way into your chest. Good. Then you're going to hold onto the left leg. So your right hand can come to your waist. You can just hold onto the knee. That might be enough. You can interlace your index fingers, hold onto the big toe. If you have a strap or a towel, you can also hold there. You're going to hold for 3. Good. So nice and tall through the spine. 2. And 1, you're going to slowly release the clasp of the toes and point the toes. Hold for 3. Good, so compression strength. 2, and 1. Bend that left leg. You're going to circle the hip all the way outwards. Nice and rounded through the hip bone. Bend through the right leg. Find your warrior 2. Release down. And then inhale, stretch your arms high. As you exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. Come into Skandasana. Good, so you can have the arms down if you need support. You can place a block wherever you need to, under the pelvis. You want to grow nice and tall through the spine. We're waking up the hips. Holding for 3. Good, keep breathing. 2. And 1. As you inhale, you grow tall. Think of pressing the palms high. Exhale, find your warrior 2. Inhale, cartwheel the left arm over the head, square the hips. Place the palms down, and then inhale, step the right leg back to a 3-legged dog. And then exhale, bend the right knee, bring it all the way down. Release pelvis to the ground. Find your pigeon pose. Again, use any props if you need to. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, find a fold over the front leg. And just rest where you feel that nice stretch. So maybe you come all the way down. Maybe your hands just relax onto the palms. And you're holding for 5 breaths. So every exhale, release a little bit deeper into the right hip. 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Good inhale. Slowly walk the hands back towards the body. Press through the palms. You tuck the left toes and then step the right leg back to a 3-legged dog. And then optional vinyasa. If you want to bring both feet down, you can, or you can find a 3-legged vinyasa. Exhale, bend through the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, press up, find your up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. Good. Remember, take a child's pose whenever you need to. We're here for 3. Just reset through the body. 2, and then we go on the other side. And last one, inhale, lift the left leg high, find your 3-legged dog. As you exhale, bend left knee to left elbow, squeeze, nice and high for 3. Good, last one for the core, 2. And 1, inhale, extend 3-legged dog. Exhale, you twist and cross to the right arm for 3. Good, breathe, 2. And 1, inhale, lengthen. And then exhale, bend the knee to the nose, really round through the spine for 3. Good, really feel the core. 2, lift even higher. And 1, good, carefully step that left foot nice and lightly in between the feet. And then you're going to press up into your warrior high crescent lunge. Nice, inhale. And then as you exhale, hands come to the heart center. And then we find our balance on the left side. So slowly shifting all your weight into the left foot. Gently find a focal point with the eyes. Shift your weight forwards and then float the right toes off the ground. We're there for 5. Nice, keep breathing. 4. And 3, keep the right hip down. Try and flex the back foot. 2. Little bend in the left knee. And 1, good, inhale, bend into the left knee, sweep all the way high, pull that right leg in towards the center, and then we come into our balance. So maybe you're just holding onto the knee, bring the left arm to the left hip, try and interlace fingers into the right big toe, inhale, stretch and hold for 3. Nice long spine, focus the eyes, 2. Get ready to let go, and 1, point the toes, try and keep the leg at one height for 3. Good, a little bit wobbly. 2, and 1, good. Carefully bend that leg, bring the hip all the way up and around, all the way back. Carefully bend the left leg, find your warrior 2, press down. Nice, this time I'll be facing to the back, so inhale, stretch the left leg. As you exhale, palms come to the heart center, drop into the right leg, find your Skandasana. Good, so palms can stay in the heart center or they can come down to the ground. Right heel can also lift, you're there for 3. Good, breathe. 2 and 1. Inhale, we're going to press up through the palms. Use the breath to grow tall. Exhale, find your warrior 2. Slowly cartwheel the arms over the head. Square the hips, bring the hands down. And then inhale, left leg comes to your 3-legged dog. And then as you exhale, you bend the left knee. Bring it nice and slowly all the way down. And you arrive in your pigeon pose on the left side. Good, so inhale, square the hips. Exhale, long fold all the way over that left leg. And then wherever you are, release the head down. You're there for 5 and 4. Exhale, release the breath. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Inhale, slowly walk the hands back towards the body. You're going to tuck the right toes. Inhale, lift the left leg high, find a 3-legged dog. And then exhale, bring the left foot all the way down. You're going to bend the knees, bring them down towards the ground. Keep the toes tucked and slowly walk your hands back towards the body so you end up sitting on your heels in a kneeling position. Good, and then we're coming into a few camel preps. So firstly, interlace your fingers. Inhale, you want to press your hips off the heels. Find a nice lift through the palms. And then exhale, scoop and round through the spine. Draw belly into the back of the spine. Find a nice release. Just 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round through the spine. And last time, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, tuck the tailbone and round. Nice, and then inhale, come all the way to the center. Circle the arms behind you, release. Good, then you're taking the right hand to the right heel, slowly drop back, catch the heel, and then carefully round and grab a hold of the left side. Good, if this is enough, you stay here. If you want a little bit more, press the pelvis forwards, and then slowly you can release the head back, only if it feels nice. Good, we're holding for 3, and 2, and 1. Good. To come out, you bring one hand to the waist, and then the other hand, and come all the way high. Nice. Interlace the fingers. Exhale, round through the spine. Release. Nice. And then inhale, come up. Good. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, you can untuck the toes. We do one more time. So inhale, take one hand to one heel, and then slowly round the shoulders back, nice and gently. Good, if it's too much, you can just find what we did standing with the hands underneath the pelvis and find a supported bend. You press the hips forwards and then let the neck release if it's comfortable. And then hold for 4. Keep thinking, pressing pelvis forwards. 3 and 2, nice and open through the heart space. And 1, good. Bring one hand to the lower spine, and then the other hand, come all the way high, and then exhale this time, find a child's pose. So gently just release pelvis to the heels, release the arms forwards, take a nice stretch. Take a few moments just to slow down the breath, slow down the practice. You can shift the pelvis a little bit side to side for 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Inhale, shift forwards, find a tabletop position. When you're ready, breathe the right arm high, find a twist. And then exhale, thread right arm underneath the left arm, bring the right ear to the ground. And then extend your left arm long and feel a stretch through the right shoulder. We're there for 4 and 3. Good. So breathing into the twist. 2 and 1. Nice. Left hand walks in, and then inhale, right arm sweeps high, and exhale, come back down to the center. Then we go left side. Inhale, left arm high. Exhale, left arm sweeps underneath the right. Bring the left ear to the ground. And then once it finds its way down, you can extend the right arm if it feels comfortable, if you want a deeper stretch for 4 and 3. Keep releasing through the left shoulder blade. 2 And 1, good inhale, bring the right arm in and then reach the left arm high, find a twist. And exhale, release down. Good, when you're ready, tuck the toes, take a breath in. Exhale, lift the pelvis high, find a down dog. And then we find our way back to the ground. So you can step or jump through. Inhale, rise to the toes. I'm going to do a little hop. You bend the pelvis to the heels and then cross the legs and just find your way to a seated position. Nice. Uncurl the legs. Inhale, you're going to reach the arms high. Exhale, you want to hinge forwards from the hips. So instead of rounding through the spine, you want to think long pelvis, long lower spine, belly to the thighs. And then wherever you are, you just release the head down. Find a nice stretch. We're here for 5. So every exhale, release a little bit further down. 4. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Good inhale, slowly uncurl through the spine. Stack the pelvis on top of the hips. And then carefully, you can just use your hands to shift your pelvis a little bit further forwards. Nice, and then finding a balance, bring your hands behind the backs of your knees. Float one knee up and then the other knee up, find a tabletop. We're coming into Savasana, so stretch your arms forwards. If this is enough, stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can extend your toes, high diagonal. You want to gaze nice and high, holding for 5. And 4, good. Final push before we slow it down. 3, keep breathing. And 2, grow tall. And last 1, as you exhale, you're passing through a hollow hold. So lower down as slowly as you can. Tuck the tailbone. Find that nice position where you're holding. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then exhale. Release all the way down. We've made it to the ground. Good. Take a few moments for yourself. Slowly, you want to just make your way into bringing your knees into the chest. Hug the legs and take a little shift side to side. Release through the pelvis. Release through the lower spine. Good, and then when you're ready, just bring the left foot down. You're going to cross the right leg over the left leg, find a figure 4 stretch. Maybe you stay here. If you want a deeper stretch, thread the arms through the legs. You can hold onto the hamstring or onto the shin bone. And exhale, just let that leg fall into your chest. You can close your eyes, take a few breaths for 3. And 2. And 1. When you're ready, slowly release the arms, but keep the legs crossed. Bring the arms to a T position. Bring the left foot down to the ground. Take a breath in, and then exhale. Let the legs fall to the right side. So that right foot can help pull the left leg down to the ground, and then you can twist and just gaze over to the left fingertips. And you're just breathing into your twist for 4. And 3, just let gravity pull that knee down towards the ground. 2. And 1, nice. Inhale, slowly undo your twist, and then carefully uncross the right leg, and then we go on the other side. So cross the left leg over, find a figure 4, and then thread your arms through, either holding onto the hamstring or onto the shin bone. Inhale. Exhale, just let that glute open up. Feel a release through the left hip. Keep the foot flexed, super important. You want to protect your knee. Good, 2 more breaths here. And last 1, when you're ready, slowly release the right foot down. Open the arms out to a T position. Take a breath in, and then exhale, let the knees drop over to the left side. Use the weight of that left foot to pull the right knee down, and then you can shift your gaze over to the right fingertips for 3. Every exhale, release into the twist. 2. Feel a nice release through the spine, through the shoulders, through the hips. And last 1, nice. Inhale, slowly come onto the back of the spine, and then let that leg just fall away. And then once again, just hold the knees into the chest. As you exhale, you can try and lift your head off the ground and squeeze into a tight ball. Just hold for 3, and 2, and 1. Good, exhale, slowly releasing down, and then find your way into your Savasana. So extend your legs into the outer corners of the mat. Release your palms up beside the body, up facing the sky. Take a deep breath in through the nose and then exhale. Sigh out through the mouth. Good. So take a moment, don't exit the video. Try and stay, even just for a few breaths, in your Savasana, arguably the most important pose in your yoga practice. Use it as a time just to reflect on your practice. And take a moment to just come all the way to focus solely on the breath. So just notice the belly and the heart space rising and falling with every breath. The belly and the heart space being the only two areas of movement within the body during this time, so the rest of the body stays nice and still. During life, it's always go, 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 so it's really important to just slow down. Find some presence through your stillness. Connect with the breath. Slow down the heart rate. Let the energy that we've just created through our flow just circulate around the body. And just take a moment, just breathe. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and I hope it set you up for your day or given you that little boost of energy that you may have needed. I hope to practice with you again soon. Namaste. Thank you.